Hey YouTube, I'm back. Well, you see two extra 300 3Ds E-Flite planes right here. The one on your left, my right, was my very first one that I recently crashed, and I'm kind of in a restoration. And I want to talk about the landing gear. People always said that the landing gear was flimsy and it wasn't tough enough, and so on and so forth, and I couldn't agree more. When I first got the plane, I bent the wires out and straightened them back, and the plastic pieces popped off and stuff, and then finally I tore them up, and I ordered a new set, and they were on back order. And what it boiled down to was I ended up putting my own on, and these worked like a dream. They were the best thing ever. Well, during my restoration process, the other extra I've had in a box new for a long time, and I've always just been scared to fly it because this one right here has been through 2 complete flying seasons. I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of flights. You know, I probably fly 20 battery packs a day through it. At our flying field, it has electricity and a covered pavilion, a paved runway. You know, people bring their lunch and your battery chargers, and we stay out there all day long. And you know, if you go 2 days in a row, 20 battery packs, that could be up to 40 in a weekend, and 35 weekends out of the year. I mean, it adds up. So anyways, this thing has got some miles on it. It's got so many miles that these tires actually came from a apprentice. No, these are actually from an Aero Scout, I think, and they were bigger. And I've gone through 2 or 3 sets, plus I've used apprentice tires and wheels. And the reason I do that is because they're light. Well, so I finally got the one out that I had in the box because I was itching to fly today. The weekends are narrowing down on decent weather to go outside. I'm here in Middle Tennessee. Right now it's, you know, late in the evening, and it's 55 degrees. Today it was like 73 and sunny. You know, next week, you know, knock on wood, man, it's hopefully it won't get too much colder, but it's about to get cold. So cold that you can't really fly because your fingertips are just so dang cold and miserable. So I got the other one out of the box and put it together. And then I was debating on actually flying because of the landing gear. And I'm thinking, the first or second time I land, they're going to bend out, and, you know, this is just going to suck. No, those landing gear held out all day long for probably 10 to 15 battery packs. Did not bend them, didn't do anything. It's because I had practice. So a long time ago, when I couldn't agree more that the landing gear was flimsy, it was because I was new, and you know, maybe some other people were too. So the only thing I am going to do is replace the tires on it to something not as noisy and something a little softer, because when this thing's going down the road, it sounds like a kid pulling a wagon down a you know, a sidewalk where you got the expansion joints every 3-4 feet or whatever, you know, ka-clunk, 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 and that's what it sounds like. So hang tight. We're going to put some wheels on that and get it in the plane stand, and then see what we can do here. Hang on. All right, here's the 2 wheels. The one on the left is the factory wheel that comes with the extra. The one on the right is the same style that I've already put on here, and I'm going to show you shortly how I put them on. But let's compare them. Side by side, they're about the same height. Putting a ruler up on, it's about 2 inches. The one I replaced it with is about 2 inches. Measure it with the in millimeters here. The replacement is about 60. The factory is about 60. So just like we thought. Here's the only difference here. I had to do a little bit of carving. Gently had to take an X-Acto knife and cut this area right here just a little bit to get it to roll a little better. And the reason is the factory wheel, the tire and the wheel are straight and flush on both sides. The one I replaced it with is a little off. The tire is a little thicker than the wheel. Now you could take some sandpaper and make the tire, you know, as thin as the wheel like the factory one, or when I put it on the wheel pant, I just gently carved out a little piece of that plastic there. That's all. And for weight comparisons, let's see here. All right, the factory wheel, the factory wheel, about 15 grams. The replacement wheel is about 11. So 4 gram difference, total of 8. Plus he probably carved out a gram of plastic. You know, 9 grams or so. That's probably not going to throw your center of gravity off that much. The reason is because the center of gravity is about here where my finger is. It's about right here. So it is in front of the center of gravity. That small amount of grams is probably not going to make that big of a difference. So I would definitely test it out and let you guys know for sure. Hang tight and let's replace this wheel and I'll show you how we do it. Alright guys, I'm back, and as you can tell, part of my learning curve is lighting and so forth. So anyways, we got the newer one up on the stand and we're going to replace the stock wheels. I've already done this one. What I've done is I've found another wheel comparable in size that's foam. It's foam and it's not going to have as much of a bounce. These are hard, right? And these are soft. So when you come in for a landing, it's going to be more of a softer give. You know, part of a I don't know, a little shock absorber, whatever. But these wheel pants are just held on by 2 screws to get the outside shell off of it. Just like so. And then this wheel just slides right off, and you can compare the sizes to kind of see that they're the same. Now the newer one is a little thicker. So what I noticed is on this wheel pant here, where it goes in, I got to shave a little bit of this off. And it might be different for everybody because, you know, plastic mold could be off a little bit or something. But anyways, it's not too hard to do this. You can pick these wheels up at various places. I think I got mine off of eBay, and it was just a, you know, when people sell a bunch of stuff, what do they call it? A lot. You know, they're selling a lot. It doesn't necessarily mean a lot, but a bunch of stuff or whatever. And it was several RC things in one little auction. I think I spent 18 bucks, and I probably got 6 sets of wheels and a couple servo leads and some miscellaneous stuff. And that's good to have for this hobby. You know, just a bunch of knick-knack stuff. Because a lot of this, you know, half of this hobby is working on them, in my opinion. If they never broke down, you wouldn't have any fun. At least I wouldn't. You know, some guy came up to me at the park one day, and they probably come up to you also, and he said, you know, don't you ever get bored doing the same thing? And for him, this hobby, you know, he probably wouldn't like it. But well, who knows? But I said that it's a challenge. You know, it's every battery pack I try something different, and I said half of the fun is working on them. And he said, working on them? And I said, yeah, man, it's a model, and they break and you have crashes, and he just couldn't get it, you know. But me personally, and probably you as well, is you like fiddling with them and modifying them. And when you do scrape the wing, you know, you want to, maybe you touch it up, or you put a little skid under the edge of the wing that'll help you for the crashes and stuff and so forth. But so I've already shaved this out a little bit, and the wheel's on now. It fit the same diameter of the axle, and it spins good, and it's not going to be as hard. Hey, this is just another part of my learning video. I'm putting it together with two different cameras, actually my tablet and a camera, just to learn this editing stuff. But hey, I got a ton more stuff to come, a ton of good stuff. And you know, for example, rewiring that multi-board for the FMS. I want to show you guys all that in detail, but I've got to figure out editing and stuff like that. It took me, I don't know how long, to figure out how to upload the video in the right file format to where it would play without seeing my lips move, you know, 3.5 seconds after I said it in the video. But hey, bear with me, and let's have some fun together, okay guys? Thank you.